Hello everyone, and welcome to the next two AOR League races. So as you all already know by the title, I have lumped both of the next two together, both Abu Dhabi and America. For reasons that will become clear, basically the races were a little bit boring, so I thought rather than stretch them both out to 30 minutes, I will shrink them both down to 15 minutes each, and we'll have a pretty much 30-minute video for the whole lot. So then, as always though, you join me on my out lap for Abu Dhabi for my qualifying lap, and my PB is something like a 37.2, I think, maybe 37.3, something like that, which Owen's already done a 37.301, and I haven't actually set a lap yet because I actually banned on my first run because I think every cut corner just had a bad lap. So pretty sweet first corner there, a little bit wide there on the curb, but we get away with it, didn't extend the track, that's always the important thing. Up for the gears now, absolutely flat out section, quite easy as well. Coming out to the end of the first sector, are we up? And unfortunately we don't get a sector time. There's a bit of a glitch in this game really, that and I was sweet through there actually, that was really take a lot of speed through there. I managed to keep it online, but oh, I ran wide there, completely missed my apex, and that's definitely cost me a few steps and also got some oversteer on the exit, and we really cheeky and we'll steal some slipstream from Heritage there down this straight. But yeah, there's a bit of a glitch in this game in that if you haven't set a lap and the other people have, it won't actually give you a sector time relative to them, but if you've set a lap it will, so I'm not sure what that's all about. But braking very late now, right down to first gear, get it all turned in. Quick squirt throttle so we can carry some decent speed for the second part of that chicane, and all the cars now are used on the exit of the corner. DRS is wide open then, again we won't get a second sector time unfortunately, but let's have a look then and see. That was, I think it's a 59 odd, which is pretty good I believe. I think it's been a pretty good lap so far, not bad at all, but a little bit compromised through there, that wasn't ideal. Pretty sweet through there though, a little bit of oversteer next because taking a bit more speed through there, but not too bad at all. For the gears once again then. Pretty tricky braking zone, a bit easier in this game because you've got more downforce, you can brake a bit later, and a couple of stabs at turning so they're trying not to cut the corner, and quite a tricky section here, particularly with the curbs, and taking lots of curb there. That was pretty sweet through there, can't take that corner much sweeter, so quick shift down to third for here, flick it in, get on the power as early as you can without extending too much, or at all really, and coming with the final corner on the throttle nice and early because it's a nice camber corner. And then what am I going to get? We're at 1 minute 37.639 then, so 3.5 tenths off ownage, and that was my best quality time, and you can see that 4 tenths off. Gaston managed to get between us, so good luck from him. And I will mention now, I believe I had some sort of issue. Let's cut short there because I loaded my sector time, so we'll go for that in a minute. But 3.1 wings, 51.49 high large brakes, 1.11 balance, 11.311 suspension, so 11.1 to help me, or 11.3 rather, to help me in the straights, and gear ratio like that, and camber and toe like that, full left camber, full right toe. Oh, take a breather. Strategy wise, options only going to last 4 laps by the looks of it, and then going to go to a set of primes, which are going to last, looks like 9 laps, and then we're going for maybe 8 laps each, and then a further 8 laps to the end. That sounds about right. So it's going to be a 3-stop race then. All prime tyres after the option stint, so cautious fuel, and this will be the final race as well that I won't have any mods. You'll see the mods that I've applied in the next race, but you won't see them here. And yeah, I didn't really notice it in quali. I thought I got a pretty sweet final lap. I was surprised when it didn't beat that lap time you just saw there, because it was pretty good, and I expected a 0.3, maybe 4, but definitely not 0.6, but there we go. And yes, but during this race I felt like I had some sort of glitch that compromised the pace, but we'll see. Anyway, we're on the start now, go straight to Rich then, and I decided to absolutely full throttle this start because that's what a lot of people do, and I've just tried it, and look at that, straight away I managed to pull a bit away from Gaston, and I could try not breaking on to the first corner, which I managed to do, leaving plenty of room on the inside. They're getting the throttle nice and early, but look at that, loads of oversteer on the exit, absolutely huge oversteer there, and that was because when you do a full throttle start like that, it really does overheat your rear tyres, and it compromises your grip for the first couple of corners, and I'd forgotten that completely, so just tried to carry on like normal, which just didn't work. But let's try and stick on the back of ownage now then. We're already up to P2, which is what we needed. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but I can win the championship at this race. So 2 races early then, I just need to beat ownage. Well, I mean, presuming we come first and second. I basically need to win the race. No matter where ownage finishes, I need to win the race. I'm 6 points behind him, and you get 7 points over second place in this point. So if I can win this race, the championship is mine for another year. There'll be a double champion, so that'll be good. So we'll keep an eye on that, but just sticking nice and close now to ownage then, and stay in the slipstream. We need to try and stick close to him so we can get DRS and then hopefully get past him, or at least just stick with him. And yeah, see how we get on. So on Richard, I'm going to go to standard then. He's pulling away from me in the straights there. Not sure how he's done that, but half a second back. And yeah, I'll mention now, like I said, I think I had some sort of glitch. I did some investigation after the race into what the glitch could be, but it was inconclusive results basically. It didn't feel particularly any worse. It felt the same, but the lap time just was not there. And I'll explain that further towards the end of the race when, of course, I can talk a bit more about it. But yeah, wasn't really happy with through this race. It just wasn't right. Considering my PB was, you know, right up there with Orange's lap time, so, you know, got caught by the curb there, got away with it though. And yeah, considering my PB was right up there with Orange's quality time, so I was capable of doing those sort of times. It's not like I was just off the pace. And we did a practice race before this as well, in which I was right on Orange's tail all the way through the race. Well, we did half a race. And I was right all over him through the race. I wouldn't say I was faster, but very, very similar pace like we always are. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, but already got just over a second to Orange, unfortunately, then, so already fallen back by more than DRS, and 1.1 it is, so we're going to push now, though, to see if we can get it back, because that's certainly not impossible to close. He's had a sweet first lap, but we'll see if we can put it back, and nice is the apex there, needs to get a sweet exit, 1.7 seconds already to Gaston then, and looks like someone's in the pits already then, so they've not had a great start at all. Up through the gears then, with the Kers, saving about a third of it or so for the next straight, but look at this, miles away from Orange down, not even got any slipstream. So it's not looking good, having fallen back this far already. Usually brake later down in though, so I will close up a little bit of the braking points. And a bit of oversteer there on the exit. We'll get over that, going to go to Rich again and use the rest of my Kers. But still miles too far back from Onage. No chance of being anywhere near him at this stage. And 1.3 seconds. He's gained on me in that middle sector there. Despite me having a reasonably good sector, he's gained 2 tenths on me, so good drive on Onage there. And down to first gear. And I've promised a few times a setup video, and I will look out for a channel update, because I'm going to, and I've said this many times, but I've kind of thought about it, and I've also tested it a lot, and I'm going to change my approach to my channel. So do watch the channel update over the next, hopefully, couple of days. And there'll also be a setup video, and I've promised that as well, but there will definitely be a setup video at some point. I just wanted to finish off this season, basically, which I have now done, as I'm commentating this. I wanted to finish off the season basically just to make sure I am right in what I'm going to say with the setups. But 1.6 seconds then to cross the line, and right from lap 3 that was to lap 22 what will be. So as I said, relatively boring race. There was little point in showing everything in between. There was a couple of pit stops and stuff, but you can see 9.3 seconds. Owners just steadily pulled out on me. I tried the undercut, it just didn't work. And you'll see there, look, so 42 at the moment. We're going to now push and see if we can get a half decent lap standard in the first sector. So just watch this lap time, just see what sort of lap you think it is. And purple first sector, then it's a pretty good first sector, a little bit deep there, but wasn't too bad. We managed to hook up pretty nicely in the second part of the chicanes. We'll get away with that, a little bit wide there, but not a bad exit. It was okay, so wasn't too bad. Lost maybe a tenth there, not too much. And half the Kers down this straight, then we've gone to Rich as well. Try maximise lap time. I think I've only just come out of the pits last lap, lap 4. So got pretty fresh tyres. Lap 20 I pitted, maybe lap 19. And a bit of a corner cut there. And pretty smooth through there, that was nice. No dramas. No, I've been pretty quick through there. On Rich once again then, as you can see in the second sector. Granny's done a 39.3. That's about a second quicker than our current fastest. We'll see if we can improve it though. And only a 10th up, so unless I made a mistake on the last lap, we'll need to find a big chunk in the final sector. A bit of oversteer there, but not too bad. 9.7 still to Orange. 3 seconds to Gaston behind then, so he's managed to close in. I can tell you the gap got quite big, and he's managed to close out over the last sort of 10 laps or so. So unfortunately, Treeman disconnects there as well. Right down to first gear, braking pretty late. That was pretty sweet there. Oh, bit of oversteer there. Definitely compromised me. Lost probably a few tenths there. 2, maybe 3 tenths there. It wasn't perfect at all. As long as we have a sweet into slap, the lap should be okay. Could have taken a little bit more speed through there. And early upshift there. And pretty sweet lap there, and we get a 1 minute 40.1. So as we now skip to the final lap of the race, and I will tell you why I asked you to watch that lap time in a second. And at 9 tenths down there, only just half a second between me and Gaston then. So for now, the battle rather is between me and Gaston behind, and he'll be all over me come the end of the race. He already is all over me, really, only being half a second. He'll get lots of slipstream and DRS then, so hopefully I can defend him on this final lap of the race to keep second place and get a few more points. So I won't be winning the championship in this race, but if I stay second, it'll give me a good chance. But I've had a horror show of a corner there. That was really, really bad. Really wide there, right out wide, and I've just lost quite a few tenths. I was still half a second across the line, but now it'd be less than that. And look how close he is to be there. I've had a pretty sweet exit there. We're going to use some of my Kers. How much we're going to use? Just going to stick with half then. I'm also on rich fuel. Then he's going to have DRS now and lots of slipstream. Luckily, I've got enough fuel to go rich all the way to the end of the race, so I don't need to worry about fuel at all. But he's coming on the outside there, but I'm not going to allow him to have the inside line. I'm going to brake pretty late. He's managed to brake later, but I'll have the inside line nice and comfortably. And a sweet exit once again. Bit of wheel spin there, but it's a pretty good exit. We've got some Kers though, luckily, and looks like we managed to pull away from him. Plenty enough. Perhaps he didn't have Kers there. And yeah, it's got DRS, but I don't expect him close enough. We're going to go sector to the inside of the track just in case to stop a big lunge up the inside. right down to first, get it also down, braked it a little bit late there, but we'll have to be quite aggressive into that corner there to stop and get to the inside, which we've done nicely, and provide no big mistakes. That had pretty much done now to the end. Braden unfortunately disconnects on the final lap there, and I believe he had a power cut from memory, so pretty unlucky, but I don't think he was running particularly highly anyway. And yeah, so like as I said, just here to not making mistakes now in this final sector. Just need to keep it all on track because Ownage has already crossed the line to take the win, so awesome job for him there, really good race. You tell it was pretty much a flawless race. And there we go then, so crossing the line. So, fastest lap as I mentioned. Right, we actually crossed the line I suppose. Fastest lap. As you can see there, look, my fastest lap was 1 second away from Ownage. And I did ask him what fuel strategy he used, and it was similar to me. He used standard fuel and rich fuel, and 14 seconds we crossed the line there. And yeah, so he used a pretty similar fuel strategy to me, but was a whole 1 second faster than me on the fastest laps, which is, and so was Gaston behind it, and a lot of people were faster than me in terms of fastest laps. And as you know, as you saw the lap, it wasn't that bad of a lap. It wasn't a perfect lap, and I probably could have got even half a second faster, but definitely couldn't have found that extra half second. So big gaps there, but 37 points then between me and Ownage now. So all I will need after the next race will be 25 points to take the title. So looking quite comfortably to be able to do that. And just going back quickly to Abu Dhabi then before we finish up on it. As I said, yeah, just thought us off pace, and it wasn't a flawless race. You saw a few mistakes from me, but didn't make any big mistakes at all. So to be 13 seconds back from Ownage is, considering how close we've been all season, is really big gap. He did practice a lot, I know that, but Abu Dhabi is normally a very strong track to me, so I still believe there was some sort of glitch there. I think it was some sort of setup glitch, perhaps as the balance of suspension was off. But anyway, that's enough from that race then. It is what it is. I still got second place from it, so I'm not going to moan too much. But America here then, you can see I've got my mods on the left-hand side there, the throttle brake overlay for you. And also the steering wheel, look at the steering wheel there, we've got a custom LED mod there, so we've got custom shift lights and well, a whole custom display actually, but the shift lights are looking at really different. So it's come across the line to start the quali lap for America now then. Up for the gears on DRS, wide open then with 35.1 is the best lap so far, which is pretty good. That's pretty much my PB. And I didn't get too much practice for this race. I've been reducing the amount of practicing bit by bit, and really Ownage has increased the amount of his practice, so interesting one there, but pretty sweet first corner so far. And to avoid cutting the corner, they almost did it. Pretty aggressive through there, down to 5th, just down to 4th. 3,000ths down on my previous time then, so not far at all. But Ownage has done a pretty quick lap, a 34.7. There was no way I was going to be able to touch that, and that car is not controlled by Premium. That's actually an AI control car, so I actually managed to catch him in quite a convenient place. And right down to first now then. Oh, bit of a lock tyre there, but we managed to meet the apex nicely. And sweet exit there. There's the car giving lots and lots of space on the inside there. Fair play to him. Using the rest of my curves then. DRS is wide open now. It's been a pretty sweet lap so far. Not perfect, as always. It's very hard to get a perfect lap, but pretty sweet. We'll take it. And braking very low right down to first. Get it all turned in. That was pretty sweet there. Hit my apex nicely. Sweet exit as well. And still 400ths down then, so we actually lost more time in the middle sector there. Just shows how good my previous lap was, but we can now have a sweet final sector. I believe I lost 2, maybe even 3 tenths to Ownage in this final sector, so I can definitely improve. Just got a pretty nice corner there. Wasn't perfect, drifting into the corner there. But absolutely full throttle, you see on the left-hand side here, all the way through this corner, absolutely easy, no problems whatsoever. Very tricky corner here, blind apex, you've got to turn it in and brake, and all the way through that corner to get on the throttle earlier than you can think. Up for the gears once again, right down to first gear, take a nice little curve, which I didn't quite do, ran very wide down the exit, got a bit of oversteer, that cost me some time there, and I managed to get a 1 minute 35.022, so that lap moved me up to 3rd position, didn't quite get me into 2nd, awesome lap from Granu there, we're at 35 dead, but 2.5 tenths off Ownage there was no way I was going to get that lap time, as I said, I think even my theoretical PB was a 37.9 or something, nowhere near what Ownage got, so I feel like I'm probably off the pace, but let's have a look at the setup then. 3-1 wings, 51.49 high large, 111 balance, 1111 suspension, gears a little bit like that, and full left camber and full right toe, there we go. So then I'm, like I said, all I need to do really is finish 3rd, that's right, 3rd in this race to get the championship, so that's my objective, and let's have a look at the setup now then. So 6 laps on the options by the looks of it, or 8, or 6. And I'm not sure what I'm doing with the setup, obviously. Going to go to a set of prime tyres for 11 laps, and then a further 11 laps to the end of the race. So it's a 2-stop race at this race. And unfortunately someone's pressed go there, which put us into a bit of a state of panic, because Ownage actually wasn't back. He just said, be right back. And someone pressed go there, unfortunately. So we were hoping that Ownage was going to get back, of course, being the pole sitter. And I can't say he does get back, so panic over, but we would panic at this point and have a good think about it there, but I do indeed stick with that strategy. So 6 laps, and then 11 laps on each set of tyres. So then, should be interesting to watch the throttle and brake usage here as we pull away from the line. as I send my teammate for this race only as a reserve, but I can tell you he becomes full-time in the next race in Brazil. And here we go then. So just testing on the pedals, you can see on the left hand side there, making sure they're both working nicely. And the lights coming on, they're going to Rich then. 4 lights, 5 lights then. The revs are building up. Can we get a good start? I don't do a full throttle start this time then, but a pretty sweet start nonetheless. I managed to get a better start than Granu, definitely. Going to use some curves now then. And Only pulls over to give Granu the slipstream. I'm going to try and brake pretty late right on the outside here, which I managed to do. Squeeze him a little bit on the first apex, but just run a little bit wide there. Not sure if I got pushed. I don't think I did there. I can't really remember. But we managed to get the position once again in Granu there. So a couple of good starts from the last couple of races then. Pretty sweet. And absolutely full throttle now then. So Ownage is just ahead. And he's usually, I wouldn't say a slow starter, but he usually doesn't get the best of starts. He's usually takes me a little while to get into it. And look at this. That's just evidence there. But how much I managed to close right up to him. Can you have a little look up at the inside here? But no, this is not an overtaking corner. So washed out a little bit there. Oh, big corner cut. Need to watch, not do that a lot. But yeah, a little bit back from Ownage now then already. But we're in the slipstream. So if we can stick with him, we might be okay. But like I said, judging on qualifying, I am expecting to be a little bit off his pace. And Dark Lord, well, he actually quit there, I can tell you, not disconnected. Using the rest of my curves then. As I said, unlike Abu Dhabi, where I was expecting to be right on the pace, and possibly even the fastest guy, judging on that qualifying there, I felt pretty good in qualifying, but judging on what Ownage has done, I'm not expecting to be right on the pace, but we'll see how it plays out. Right down to first gear, then this position will be enough to give me the title, make me a double champion. And so that'd be pretty sweet. So I've already got almost 2 seconds to Granu there, so not a great start from him at all. And I just drifted through that last corner there. And you see me just being very careful on the brakes there. I run quite a forward brake setup, so I have to be very cautious with the brakes into corners like that where we're turning. And I will properly watch that brake. But let's have a look in this next corner then. So quite hard on the brakes and then just backing straight out of it. And into this final corner, I imagine I'll be a bit more careful on the brakes. Yeah, look at that. Hard on the brakes, then back right out of it. And just hold the brakes a little bit coming into the corner just to keep myself got some braking there. And use a bit of curves as we cross the line there. Just 6 tenths between me and Ownage then, so it's been a better race than Abu Dhabi so far. Right down to first gear, get it all slowed down, get it turned in. Nice, that was a sweet apex there. As we're nice and close to Ownage now then. Oh, remember all in this slipstream, we've still got +1 of fuel, so plenty of fuel then. And can we stick with him for these opening couple of laps? Oh, bit of a corner cut there. So easy to do on this track there with so many curbs. And you see there, almost got a corner cut, then adjust the wheel there. And the same thing there, adjust the wheel to avoid getting a cut. Just 3 tenths between me and Ownage then at that last count. So pretty close. Oh, we're still on the exit there. We'll get away with that though, still right in the slipstream. And braking right down to first, a little bit deep there. As long as we've got a sweet exit, doesn't matter. It was a pretty good exit. Ownage got a better one though, definitely. Using the rest of my curves now then. This is looking pretty good. Still well within his slipstream. I should be closing him down now towards the end of this straight. And I am, look at this, absolutely monster him now. Broke pretty early there just for fear of taking him out, because I know he does break pretty early. So just while I get used to this race, or used to Ownage more than anything, I know where I can brake, but I don't know where Ownage can brake. So just 3 tenths once again, just over rather, so more or less 4 tenths. And look how careful I am with the brake there. Never really go into full braking, just using about half or so up until we get in, and then when we get towards the corner, we ease right back off again the brakes. So it'll be interesting to see the brakes to the first corner as well, because of course I don't know how much brakes I apply. So I don't just run wide there. I've also followed them a little bit, but I managed to keep it on the track at least. And yeah, I don't know what brakes I use. I just do it. I just push the pedal. I don't consciously do anything. It's just what I naturally do. And once again, bit of curves here on Rich on this straight, and just half a second behind them, so we will get DRS this lap. We can stick with him, which we should be able to also watch the brake then. So full brakes then, right, and then just ease it off right at the end there. And that's why I'm better at braking, because of my brake setup. Front brakes is a little bit better for braking performance. So if you can apply full brake pressure like I did there, you have got better performance than you would have if you're running a rearward setup applying full brakes. But of course, the disadvantage with the front setup is that you can't run full brakes for so long. And look at these different lines we're taking through here, completely different lines. And it means I can get nice and close to him, but then lose a lot of time. He's run very wide there. Lose a lot of time with him on the exit. It looks like it just pulls right away from me, so it means it's very difficult to overtake him. But yeah, so it means that's why I'm generally better at braking, because of the brake setup I run. And Ownage just isn't comfortable running this much forward brakes, because he locks up a lot. He'd rather run rearward braking and do a lot of trail braking, as I do indeed get DRS. But I'm miles back from him there. Lost a lot of time in this sector, so at least I'll be closing in on him with DRS. That was better, much later braking that time. And look at that, a little bit deep, but once again using absolute full brakes. Let's see if I use full brakes in this corner. No, nowhere near. Get to about 2/3. And I won't be anywhere near full brakes. I think I only use half into this corner. Let's have a look. Watch the brake on the left hand side. Yeah, half brakes, right down to about 1/4, then even less, and then off the brakes. So you've got to be so cautious. And as I said, That's obviously, in those sort of corners, I am compromised to Onage with a more rearward setup he runs. But in the big braking zones is where I gain some time, definitely. Oh, as a complete steer out there to avoid a big corner cut. And it looks like he's managed to get away from me in terms of DRS. Let's have a look. I expect he is. Yes, 1.1 then. So he's managed to get out of the DRS zone then, so fair play to him. And but I can tell you he did then make a mistake. He locked up, I think, into a corner. Made a mistake around wide, so that's then going to close right back up to lap 6 then, so we will pit this lap. And just 7/10 between us then, right down to first gear. Sweet corner once again, get it turned in nicely, get good on the power on the exit. He seems to get better exits than me. I wonder if he's running a different setup to get better exits than me like that. I'm not sure, maybe 11 front compromises your traction, I'm not too sure. Ride height, I mean. And I've tried to take a bit of a tighter line like Onage has this lap, which I've managed to do. Not quite so much as Onage still, but look at this, look how close I am to him now, all over the curb. That's pushed me wide in the exit though. And then I couldn't go full throttle, that's usually a full throttle call on that last one. If you've got a nice line, but just couldn't do it there. And just half a second on the last count then. I will now easily get DRS, I'd imagine. And you see there as well, just stabbing the throttle on the entry. That's just to force the car to rotate really and turn in. It's nothing like iRacing when you use a lot of tactics like that, and that's really all about your speed. If you're quick, that is the tactics you use. If you're not quick, you just don't use those tactics. It's as simple as that. I almost touched Onage there. That shows you how much later I break than him. And it's not like he has a better exit. Look, well, he does have a bit of a better exit, but that's not down to braking at all. It's not like I just take a lot of speed in. He doesn't. In fact, I prefer to get better exit than Onage. He prefers to take a lot of speed in, and I don't. And just 2.5 tenths then at the last count. So it looks like Onage's tyres might have gone off a little bit quicker than mine. And going to be very close to them then. I'm just selecting primes there to make sure they're giving the right tyres in the pit stop. I expect Onage will pit this lap, but I'm not too sure. And so we'll play a bit of a game over here. We'll stay right. And so the last second turn in, and he's done the exact same thing. And a little bit deep there, almost touched the barrier. I did touch the barrier, but didn't lose any front wing. And we both played the same games there, as I said. Both just leaving it very late to pretend like you're not coming to the pits. But hopefully we won't get held up in the pits then. We've had quite a big gap to the cars behind, so I imagine we will. But no, we do as well. 1.5 seconds we lost there in the pits. I know Onage didn't lose anything by the looks of it. And there he is, miles ahead, so no, Onage didn't lose anything. So that's unfortunately pushed us well outside the DRS, so once again, no fault of our own. And it's a bit of a surprise. We had, I think, about a 4-second gap off the top of my head to the car behind, so it is a bit of a surprise to see that, but there we go. As Tremium's now managed to get between us. But that's not really an issue, but big gaps for Onage, so hopefully I will get DRS at least from Tremium. He's a long way ahead at the moment, but he will have 1 tyre, so hopefully I can close him down. Let's see. We're almost a pit stop ahead of him, so he is also a lot slower than us. And just a second then as on that last count, it looks like I'm closing on hugely, so hopefully we'll get DRS. Detection point, as you can see on the map, it's just down the end of the straight, and oh, he's going to go in the barrier there. And yeah, you heard his front wing brake. And there we go. So that's that done then, no DRS for me, but nice free easy position, so not going to complain too much. And you see on the left hand side, they're just being pretty cautious on the throttle, just trying to get it power down, which is definitely easier said than done. And I think this lap, we'll watch the throttle usage between a couple of corners I'll show you, which usually you get a lot of wheel spin, but I've got fresh tyres, so I might be okay. Get it all slowed down, just drifted a little bit there. And the gap to Onage is 2.3 seconds, so lots of time. So watch the throttle usage now then. Look at that, still not full, now I'm full. So I only get full then on that first apex. So be very cautious because you're still turning when you're exiting that corner, so it's so easy to brake and get wheel spin. And there, it's just a case of going straight to 3/4 throttle and then just waiting for the car to grip up and then going full throttle that last corner. And then of course easy full throttle around this corner. And a little bit deep there, but I get them throttle nice and early, get the car to rotate, which has worked quite nicely. So you saw that on entry, just use a little bit of throttle, just watch my throttle usage then. I think it should be quite interesting, and unfortunately they were about to skip, I just realised. From lap 8 then, right the way to lap 17 then, so big gap there. Not a lap in the meantime once again, we've just fallen back from Onage, so he has managed to put away from us nicely, so he has confirmation there, got better pace than us. So yeah, just the sorts of throttle usage there, bit of a stab of throttle on that entry. And it's not always to make the car rotate, but it looks like Onage has just come out of the pits though. Is that Onage? I think that must be Onage. And oh yeah, I can tell you what happened, sorry, I forgot about that. We'll ignore the throttle thing for a minute. I've completely forgot what's going on in this race, it's been a while since I edited it. Oh, bit of a corner cut there. And we'll put that on pause for a minute because we're very close behind Smuffler then. And it looks like we should be able to get him, possibly even to the next corner. We'll get DRS, but hopefully we can overtake him in the next corner. So I'm using a bit of curves then, so it looks like I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try and outbrake him to this corner. I managed to outbrake him nicely. Can I get it slowed down? Yes, I can. Nice and easy. Look at that. Sweet move there, and I will get DRS, so can't complain of that, but I'm going to be too far back from Onage, I think, to catch him. But I did use the undercut. I pitted 2 laps earlier than I was originally planned to do. So that was to force Onage to pit early and also so I could get a nice big undercut. And it worked to an extent, and I can tell you that I think Onage, well he did, Onage hit the pit wall on the entry, and I think he lost his front wings, so that cost him a good few seconds, and that is the only reason we're so close to him. I think we're about 5 seconds back before the pit. So just 1.2 seconds now. He looks like he might get held up by one of the first ahead of him as well in the Red Bull. So the race might still be on here. It might not be race over because Onage lost so much time in the pits. And we're now on Rich then. We wouldn't normally use Rich around here, but we're absolutely on Rich just to try and catch him. And the first guy ahead pits, and that might give Onage DRS. And pretty sweet corner there. So while we push that and try and catch Onage, we'll now look at the throttle usage. I get a fast lap race of 37.2. And a bit of DRS there as well, just over a second then. So watch the throttle on the left hand side as you come into this corner then, so lots of brake. Just, yeah, a couple of tabs, couple of stabs at the throttle there. Like I said, that's not always to make the car rotate. Sometimes that's because I've braked a little bit too much. I'm trying to take a bit more speed in there than I initially planned. So you saw there, just a quick stab of the brakes and then back on the throttle. Same thing there, quick stab of the brakes, back on the throttle. Same thing here, stab of the brakes, back on the throttle, so there's no blipping of the throttle there. Just there, you see, just tapping the throttle through that corner. Trying to make the car grip up. And also trying to maintain a decent speed through there. So into this corner then, I expect I'll blip the throttle once. Let's have a look. Do I? No, I don't actually that time. That's because I was running a little bit deep. Wouldn't have helped me. And when I shift down as well, when it goes to full throttle as I shift down, that isn't me. That's the game doing that, by the way. So ignore that. That's not me blipping the throttle. It's only when you see it do it other than a gear change, it's me. So watch now. It'll blip and that won't be me. There are lots of blipping. That's not me. That's me though. That little blip there was me. So a lot of pedal action, and 1.3 seconds then, so we managed to put out a little bit of a gap, unfortunately. And do I blip the throttle into this corner? No, I don't. I just wait for the car to grip up and then get on the throttle just before the apex that time. But we're still on Rich then, so we're using all of our fuel just to try and close the gap to Onage. I think, like in the first stint, if I could just get inside his DRS zone and just stick in his slipstream, I might be able to stick with him, and I almost cut the corner there. Did end up extending it a bit though. I had to turn out the corner so many times, that was almost inevitable. But rather that than a cut, a little extension is always better than a cut. And what's the gap now? 1.2, so it's still just over a second. He managed to hold me at bay, just the 36.5. Managed to do my fast lap of the race. But I expect Onage would have done better because it's not purple. And indeed there, 36.6, only a tenth faster then. So if he makes just the smallest of mistakes, a couple of tenths of a second, I'll be right on him. So I wouldn't normally use fuel like this. No, I wouldn't go Rich in this sector normally, but as I said, just trying to use it just to close down on him. Getting pretty sweet lines all through here. 1.1 seconds at that last count. I might just about be able to sneak DRS if I get a sweet exit, and he doesn't. And he's had a sweet exit, so I don't expect I will. I'm going to use Kers though. And I'm going to use lots of Kers. Half of my Kers are just as the line, just to try and sneak DRS. Don't think I'm quite going to do it though. He's run a little bit deep there. That's going to help. That's definitely going to help a lot. I will be in a slipstream now, at least down this straight. But I don't expect I'll get DRS. Will I? Or will I? No, I didn't get DRS. Didn't think I would. But I'm in a slipstream, so that'll help. And I think I might just be inside a second now, but it's close. We also had lots of Kers out of that corner. It's just bang on a second, but I have got very, very good on the brakes. So I expect this next count I will be under a second. I am indeed just 8/10 of a second in that last count. So I am now within DRS zone then. Hopefully I can stick with him now and get the DRS. But I still need to run Rich for now to get nice and close to him to be able to get the advantage of the benefit. Get the benefit of the slipstream. Otherwise I'll just fall straight back out of it and that'll be that race over. So purely because this was the race that I was pretty likely to win the championship in, I thought I want to push really hard now and see if I can just nick the win, which isn't a win I should be having, definitely. As I said, I know I'm on the pace, but around deep there though. And that was a poor corner by me. I will get DRS at least. And I will also use some Kers. 8/10 as we cross the line, but it will gain something on me down the straight. Even though I've got DRS, I'd imagine. But I go into standard now then, so now we're on -1 of fuel. But I've ran deep there, no! Just went well deep. And that's race over. That is now race over. I've gone to Rich again just to see if I can get back, but no. He is now probably something like 2 seconds, and you can see that skipping straight to the end of the race then. Pointless in that, but I'm going to use lots of wheel spin to the end. My 2 retires were dead anyway. Victory wheel spin now, and I do manage to take the championship. As I said, I just pushed like hell there just to try and do something about it, but you can see that he had more pace than me, a lot more pace than me. 11 seconds come the end there. I did lose concentration, but that's irrelevant. He definitely outpaced me there. I, like I said, came a lot closer than perhaps I should have done. And Jack first there, congrats on him to a podium, good race from him. But just 2/10 then between us on that race in terms of fastest lap, despite me feeling like I'm off the pace. So definitely didn't have whatever glitch I think I had in Abu Dhabi there. So I was just off the pace, can't complain about that. But there we go then, 30 points ahead of Onage with just 1 race left to go with a maximum 25 points available. So I am the champion for the second season running. Then I am a double AOR or ARL, whatever, champion. So I will take that definitely. And disappointing there that Orange, you can see they've got a disconnection, because otherwise, if you say he would have won that race, there'd have just been 5 points in it. It would have been so close going into Brazil. But unfortunately, that wasn't to be. So I'll take it though. It was a very close fought race, as you can see there by the various wins. It was definitely a very close fought season. So yeah, I'll take it, and definitely take the double championship. Like I say, 2 seasons in a row, can't complain at that. And it's been, well, that doesn't do it justice at all, does it? Orange has been such a strong competitor through both of these seasons. He really has, and disconnected through, I think, disconnected last season as well once, didn't he? So disconnections have ruined the championship fight a couple of times, but it's been so awesome on track. We've been so closely matched, and even in that race, we were pretty closely matched when I managed to catch up to him, but overall his pace was definitely improved. Definitely good pace, and as I said, Orange did practice a lot for these last couple of races. He tells me he's been using some sort of setup grid, in that he would do a session for each setup he would try, so probably using about 12 different sessions, just to try all these different setups, so he had confidence he was using the right setup, which I never do, and he's been practicing quite considerably for the last couple of races, and I just haven't. So that's definitely the key to him outpacing me in America. That probably could have been on his pace, but just didn't really have the motivation to put the setup in, to put the time in there. But anyway. So that's it for this video then. We've got Brazil, the season finale coming up next, which I can confirm I will be starting from the back end, and so will Ownage. So hopefully that'll be a really entertaining race, and I thank you for watching.